Hello, 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 hello. Welcome, 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 welcome. Welcome. My name is OBENG DARKO. Welcome. Yeah, Mr. Chavo. Edward, welcome. Sunset TV, GH, welcome. Mark, JC. Hey, Mark, thank you for joining. So, share, what is your Michelle, Michelle. Okay, Nat, Daniel, Francis, Mint Garden, Eric Ejako. Yes. Welcome. Share the channel. We want to study today why a lot of us continue to struggle financially. Sikarabana yara why that continues to happen. You know. So join, share the channel with your friends. Yeah, Bodu. Yeah, thank you today for what you did. He sent me money. He said that he wanted to pay for the data today. I said okay, and he asked me, "Are we doing live today?" Some people ask today actually, and he sent money that we should use. Yeah, Bodu. Yeah, thank you very much. That's so kind of you. With us, yeah, yeah, thank you very much. And so, um, you know, share so that we can start our class. Today we are talking about why you continue to struggle. Many people struggle financially. So many people struggle financially, and one of the reasons, you have to have money in this life if you really want to control a lot of things. And it says, yeah, bread. Whether it's the country, it's the family, it's the individual, it's the business. If the finances are not handled well, a lot of things go wrong. And many of us, maybe you saw your parents struggle with finance or with money all their lives. Maybe your father was a teacher, was a nurse, was a politician, was a farmer, and you could see that whenever he got to the payment of school fees, there was trouble. Idrubronya akoko mantem, you should know in tontem. You know, whenever there is a major demand for money, there is problem. And so why that happened? And maybe you as an adult, maybe now you also have your family, you have your wife or your husband, you have your children, and it's almost like every time there is a problem with the money, whether it's the upkeep, the livelihood, or it's just major, maybe the car, when the car breaks down, it becomes difficult to pay. Maybe when you owe, you struggle to honor your word. You go to order something, maybe you owe crash TV. In fact, still, you owe people and you put off the phone, or maybe even the business is struggling. Why do you continue to, you win today, tomorrow you fail. You win today, tomorrow you fail. Maybe you are even doing some prayer and fasting on it. You have gone to see the Malam, the prophet. You have seen everybody, and the problem still persists. Some of the things that we want to look at. So if you're joining us on Facebook, yes, we are on two Facebook, OBENG DARKO and OBENG DARKO TV, and we are on YouTube as well. Those of you who only join us on YouTube, many times we are also on Facebook, and we put a lot of content there. Facebook, maybe at least one post a day, one post a day. So if you're on YouTube and you don't see us often, a lot of the engagement is happening on Facebook. And if you're on Facebook, we have a lot of our videos on demand, a lot of our videos, over 1,300 videos on YouTube that you can watch them according to your pace. You can watch, maybe watch 10 minutes today, you continue tomorrow. All kind of topics. There's personal development, there's financial education, there's entrepreneurship, there's African dignity. We have done a lot of interviews. That's the good thing about YouTube. You have archived all of them. And if you go to video or you go to playlist, you will see a lot of the programs that we have done that you can watch them. What changes a man's life is his content. his availability to keep gaining knowledge. So if you gain knowledge, then your life will change. If your knowledge is still at the same level, then you cannot expect different results. Many people are expecting a lot of different, expecting improvement in their lives, but their knowledge is still at the same stage. And if your knowledge is at the same stage, you're going to find life difficult. And that's one of the reasons why your finances, you are not winning, why you continue to have the same kind of problems with your finances, difficulties every now and then. It's because you continue to operate at the same level of knowledge financially. Your knowledge in finance, your financial intelligence, your financial skill, your financial mindset, your financial information, your financial knowledge has not improved that much. The way you handle money, the content, the human being, the processing center is the mind, and the information that you have on the mind is what you work with. Your habit, you are a product of your habit. Your character is actually you. My life will not be different from the way I think, the way I process issues, the data that I have. Every day, the decisions that I'm making, they reflect my life. This is a basic fundamental truth of life. So if you're handling the money and the money is handling you well, it means that there is the data that you're operating with money is not good, and that's why you have financial difficulties. You may think that you're very intelligent. You're very much, you know how to talk. You're a big politician. You think that you're a big business person. You're an engineer. You're a doctor. All rapport. You're a good athlete. Whatever it is, if the money is beating you, it's likely that there is a certain level of operation that you have, with money. And that mainly is with the knowledge, information that you have on money. If that information is weak, you will struggle. No matter how much you think you're intelligent, if you constantly struggle with money, it means that money information that you have is a problem. And it's that smart. Many of us will not want to accept the truth that we don't know. Many people don't want to accept that. Many people would want to say that they're very intelligent. Like me, I don't want to accept that I'm foolish. Even if I'm losing there, And so when you're losing there and you still think that you're very intelligent, then there's a problem. Your results will prove the intelligence level that you have. So one of the reasons why you continue to struggle with money is because you are operating with the financial information or the financial data or your financial education level is that low. And that is why you're struggling. You could have degree in finance. You could have PhD in economics. You could have whatever. But the one that you're using to make decisions personally, in the family, in the business, the results, they prove that you are, if your results is not good, if it's erratic, if it's, it goes down tomorrow and it comes up the next day, and over the last 20 years, you've really been through a lot of difficulties with your money, it means that the financial information is low. And I dare say it's not only you, the worst population, whether it's Ghana, Nigeria, all over the world, many people struggle with money. Many people struggle with money because the world continues to feed us with the things that we don't need to make our life very much comfortable. The world will feed you with entertainment, with the sports constantly. They will feed you all kind of things, political discussions from morning to evening. JJ has said this, your mama has said this, Kufuor has said it, Kufuor said that, somebody has stolen money. Constantly, those are the things that they're feeding you with. The very things that will help you to stabilize and have peaceful mind, which is taking charge of your finances, they will not, from morning to evening, you will not hear that on TV, you will not hear that on radio, even the book, graphic that they sell, they will not put that, So some reason, they really want to keep a lot of people in bondage through finances. So a lot of the information that they throw out there, if you really feed on them, you will never take charge of your finances. And in this life, if you don't take charge of your finances, you struggle. When you meet many people, when they say that life is difficult, it's because financially things are not in good shape. And that's a fact. So if financially things are not in good shape, it's likely that a lot of other things around you will not be in good shape. Your mother maybe is not feeling well. Your mother is sick. You have to take your mother to hospital. If you go there, it's money. If there's a problem with your father, it's money. If you are there and somebody just happens to take you, to court, you have to pay a lawyer. If you send your child to school, you have to pay money. The rent is due, you have to pay money. Electricity, you have to pay money. Water, you have to pay money. If you move the car to the mechanic shop, it's money that you have to pay. So it's very key that you constantly educate yourself with money, because if you don't, then life will be difficult. So you will be the one always writing overdraft, letter to the bank, to give you extension and to give you money, because you have not sat out to educate yourself financially. So money runs the world. If you like it or you don't like it, there are two gods in this world: the Almighty God Himself and the money. And many people say that they serve God, but they really serve money. That's why they do all kind of kolulu for the money, because money is God to them. So almost everything, every decision that they make, the main reason is because of the money. You deal business with your friend and you lie, you cheat, you are in charge of the company and you are lying because money is so much important to you. You're the manager there, all the invoices, you are changing them. Because money is God to a lot of people. So financial information, financial education, if you're struggling, it's so likely that your financial information is weak, and that is what you have to work on. The moment you start to work on it, a lot of things will improve. A lot of things will improve. Don't admit that, media my me bia misika no still answer. Why you bet me bia at a particular level of knowledge? That is why it is not changing. You are operating at a particular level of knowledge. So every decision you're making is still based on that. And that is why you struggle. That's why you struggle. So if you improve your financial information, many things will improve. If you improve your financial data, your financial education, many things will improve. The other thing is that you may not have sufficient income. You may not have sufficient income. You may have very low income, or you may have just one source of income. So you stretch, but you're still not working. The money that is coming to you is not enough. Maybe you maybe yeah, brand here, out here. Maybe they pay you 500 Ghana cedis. You're doing national service, 500 or 700 Ghana cedis. Or go for NAPCO, they pay you 700. But you look at this and you see that you send some to your mother, you send some to your girlfriend, some to church, your transport, data. You do the calculation, it does not add up, because the source of income is low or is insufficient, which means that if you want to change it, then you must add something to it. You must add something to it. It's not going to change. So maybe what can you do extra for extra income? What can you do extra? One of the reasons why maybe you have not paid the person that you owe is not because you're a bad person. It's because the money that is coming in is not enough. And so, in fact, why? Because the income is not that much. So what can you do to add another source of income? One of the reasons you're facing difficulties is because what is coming in is not enough. So then what do you do to make sure that you can get, at least if it's not so much, maybe you're getting 500. What can you do to get another 100 cedis? What can you do? There are so many things that you can sell. There are so many things that you can use your time to do. There are so many things that you can do to get extra income. You have to be open-minded and look at the options available to you. Everybody and the situation that they find themselves in. Obiara the situation. But what can you do to get extra income? So many times you're having difficulties with your finances because what is coming in to the family, maybe what the wife is making, what the husband is making. If you put them together, it's not enough. After you have paid everybody, there's nothing left. So within the moment they pay you the salary, the next 3 weeks, everything is gone. You have to go and ask for somebody to help you, to support you. So if extra money comes in, then a lot of things will be okay. The fact is that you are living. So you drink water, you wear some clothes, you eat. These are basic things that your finances should be able to cover. So if the budget for that, no matter how much you cut to make sure that it's still very slim, there's still some money that you have to spend, and so that, at the minimum level, if the money that is coming in cannot take care of it, then there'll be heat at home, then there'll be trouble. And then you say that I have difficulties. So you have to be honest to yourself to say that whatever is coming in is not enough. And so have to do something extra to support, and you have to have a business. You have to have something that is getting you extra income. I'm not talking of connection. Connection will, by all means, they will find out. It will disgrace you, and you don't gain the proper financial discipline and skill set, the right mindset with finances if you are, if you are the one trying to trick everybody. So you don't need to do that. But what can you genuinely do to make extra income? You have to have that. You have to be open-minded to say that there is something that I can do. Don't tell yourself that there is nothing that I can do. There is nothing that I can do. Don't tell yourself like that. If you tell yourself there is nothing that I can do, then there's trouble. It means that you have already been defeated. You don't have to be defeated mentally. No, you have to tell yourself there is something that I can do. Life is worth living if you know that there are options. You are not at a point where there is no way out. So yes, at this, but maybe talk to your friend, talk to your wife, talk to your husband, talk to your brother, talk to your sister, talk to your colleague at work. What is it that you think I can do extra? Is it Kobe that you can sell? Is it tomato that you can sell? Is it cocoa that what is it? Is it a book that you can write and give to the class? What is it that you think you can do? Is it a stationery shop that you can start? Is it a provision shop? You can go to somebody's house and help them to clean it. Can you go to the construction site and help them? Can you go extra? Can you work in a shop somewhere? What is it that you think you can do? Can you go to the hospital? There is always something that you can do for extra income, even if it's 1 city, even if it's 2 city, even if it's 3 city, it's 100 cities, whatever that you can do, because it becomes a way of life to build your capacity that way. What is it that you think you can do? Don't tell yourself that I'm a teacher, so I can't do farming. I'm a teacher, so I can't sell kelewele. I'm a doctor, so I can't teach. But the money that is coming in is not enough. And that is why you're constantly going through financial struggles. And I'm saying that many people in the world go through that. The difference is that we in Ghana, they are OBMI alone, even if they give you, it's so expensive. So it appears that we don't have much. But the people somewhere that they have given loan for house and car and school, and everything, they say that they are richer than us. I don't know. There's somebody who is being given, who is being given, or who has been given credit for house and all those will tell you that they have more money than you who did not have any access to those. I don't know. So if you're in Ghana here, maybe if your teacher not will give you loan, I don't know. Or if you're a doctor, some people will give you loan. Or maybe you're a cocoa farmer, there's an organization that will give you loan. But to many of us, or for many of us, we don't have access to that. So what do you think? But we have access to a lot of things that we can do for extra income. There are a lot of things that we can do for extra income. Life is tough if the money is like having a car without fuel. Where are you going to move it to? No matter where you have dreamed to take the car, the fuel for life is cash. The fuel to the dream that you have is cash. Somebody must fuel that vision that you have. Somebody must finance that. Somebody, you want to build the biggest hospital, it is still money that you will need to buy the blocks and the cement. And pay them to build that. So money finances the vision. Money fuels the vision. So no matter how much vision that you have, you need some kind of fuel. So you have to see, what is it that I can do extra? You have to ask yourself all the time, what is it that I can do extra for extra income? For extra income. That is one of the reasons because what is coming in. So the first reason is that your financial information is weak. The financial information is weak. That is why you have no structure for your money. You have nothing. You're operating at the very basic level. So information in your is you money to your car nobody. It's a because your financial information is weak. The knowledge is weak. The next one is insufficient income. It means that you're not making enough. You're not making enough. You should be able to make enough. And the next one is you have no. Some people make money. They wait for the whole month for them to be paid. They wait for the whole month for them to be paid. But those who work and see money every day, it's likely that they can have better financial status than the ones who wait for the whole month to be paid, or the whole year, or 6 months. It's like contractors. He works and he waits for 6 months for them to honor the certificate that he's raised. Those kind of people continually have financial difficulties. So one of the other things that you would have is that you don't have enough proper cash flow, which means that you don't see money that often. You don't see money that often, which means that you have to plan to say, oh, what is it that I'm doing that can cash flow quickly all the time, every minute, every second, every day, every week, every 2 weeks, every 3 weeks, every month, every 2 months, quarterly, whatever it is. What are the things that cash flow to you? Because the moment you start to have good cash flow from the things that you do, eating and drinking and paying school fees will not be something that you get up to think about anymore. The proper cash flow is also key. That is the third one. A proper cash flow. That is key. The other one is that you have no financial goals. Plan go from January to December, there's no goal. You have no goal. You say, okay, from January to December, how am I going to structure my finances? If I'm making 1,000 every month, 500 every month, do I have goals to say that, okay, maybe by the time I get to June, I should be making 600. I should be making 1,000. I should be making 2,000. You have no goal. You just hope that God, by His grace, will change your finances for you. So there's no financial targets, no financial goals. You have nothing set for yourself. That will make sure that you struggle. But the moment you set some targets, some goals for yourself, you plan your finances, it will start to put you in good shape. So that's another one. The next one is you are the kind of person who trusts a lot of wrong people. You trust easily with money. So people can easily tell you something and you give them money. And it's happened to me many times. You have very soft heart. So people can just change their face and you give them money. And when the money goes, it doesn't come back. Everybody comes to you for help. And you are not very much tough on yourself to say that, okay, this is the limit that I can go. A lot of those people, if they don't make so much money, will continue to have financial difficulties. Because then, somebody can just bundle any business and come and tell you, I say, they give me money and you give them, and they never, because they know that you have money. So anytime you make money, you out of nowhere, somebody will just show up to say that, come now, business, then your 20,000, you just go and give it to them. And 3 years, 4 years, it's not come back because people will always come and tell you stories. So when you trust easily, with money, you continue to have financial difficulties. And one of the reasons is because you don't have any arrangement. So you trust easily. You are soft-hearted. You are kind. You want to help people. And they will come with contracts. They will come with business. They will come with all kinds of stories. But the thing about it is that any money that you give to people is your sweat. You have to go and work to get that money. Especially people who come to you for free money. He's very energetic. He's strong. He's chasing girls around. And he wants you to give him money all the time. It means that he's telling you, go and work and bring me money. So many times, those people, if you help one time, second time, tell him, I should not go and work and send my money to you. You have to get up and go and also work because I'm carrying blocks. I'm teaching. I'm doing something. That's why they pay me. You are at home. You're not doing anything. And you want me to go and sweat and send you the money? No. If you do that constantly, you see that you have to always work to get money. And if they don't pay you at work, you have difficulties. Because what money comes to you, you just dissipate them. Dissipate. You just destroy them. You destroy your money all the time. Because you're soft-hearted. You're kind. So when you trust wrong people, wrong friends, wrong relationship, people who have owed you for 10 years, they have not paid. 15 years, they have not paid. 5 years, they have not paid. The guy just called you the other day and said, send me 500, I will pay. And they will not pay. Because many people will not pay the money that they ask. Loans that they ask, they will not pay. So if you continue to give a lot of people money, it means that you continue to have financial difficulties. Because many people are not disciplined with money. They create stories to come and take money from you all the time. They will always, if they know that you're good and you give them money, they will always create story. And they do that to us a lot of the times, and never feel remorseful or bad that you have regiment. Those who genuinely need money, you can help them at a certain percentage. But people, if they know that you are kind, they will always ask you for money. And that will put you, you know that you gave some people some money that you didn't have to give, but you are so trusting. You are so trusting. You trust people easily. If you're kind, you're soft-hearted, people will always take advantage of your kindness. So you have to have a structure to say that I give 5%, I give 2%. There are times that somebody will ask me money. I say that, okay, I need 1,000 loan. I see that this guy will not pay. So I said, okay, maybe take 200 cedis for free. You don't have to pay it back. Many times if you do that, they don't come back again. But the loan they will not take anyway. There was a young man who asked me for 3,000. He said that I have a job next to, this one was in November last year. By January, I have a job. We are in July, right? He has not sent it. Yes, so I actually gave him two options. I said that, do you want 1,000 for free or you want 3,000? And Marie said that, but if you ask this, then you know that they would take the other one because they know they won't pay. And the guy has not paid. And the guy has not paid. So many people, it's not because they're bad, but people's interaction with money is at a whole different level. So if you want to overcome a lot of these financial difficulties, so let's assume that was the money that I had. I mean, this guy would just put me in trouble, So people will come with all kinds of stories every day. The money that you have is not only for you. People will come constantly with stories. Genuine people, nice, with all kinds of titles. Very nice, but they will not pay. They will not honor their part. Because many people find it difficult to pay the money back. The money that they ask, they find it difficult. Because the thing is that if they really had discipline, many people will not ask you for money. If they really had discipline with money, they will not ask you. So the moment they start to struggle with it, it means that there's some kind of discipline that they didn't have. There's some kind of knowledge that they don't have. There's some kind of skill set that they don't have with money. That's why they continue to have problem with it. So the moment if you cannot solve, so and anybody who continues to ask you for money is not only asking you, they're asking everybody, because now it's their career. Begging can become people's career, and people have they continue to ask because now is the career, is the profession that they have. They ask people all the time. So you have to just as much you want to help people, don't be so much trusting, and especially when it comes to business. People will just cook anything and come and bring you, and tell you that give them the money. And once you give them the money, you should count the money as gone, because many people will not be prudent enough to hold their part. And the moment you ask somebody for money, you should also be ready to be accountable. You cannot be angry with somebody who you have taken their money. That's something that I find fascinating, that the person who has come to you for money and you have given that money to the person, now when you ask for accounting, when you ask for them to be accountable, now they get angry. It's amazing. The moment you go anywhere to ask for money, you have lost that ego to say that I'm not responsible for it. No, you cannot be saying like that. If the person calls you 100 times, you have to call back, because you lost that power. You have to report. You cannot take I'm in partnership with somebody and the person is worrying me. Then don't take anybody's money. The moment, because this is life. You have to know responsibility. You have to know protocols. You have to know, if I take this, then this is where I've been positioned. You cannot be proud when you have taken people's money. You cannot have your ego up. You have to come down and report and give the person an update. If somebody owes you, or if somebody's money is with you and they call you and you don't call back, you don't pick, you are failed. You are failed, and you will struggle with money because you're not credible. Somebody whose money is with you cannot be calling all the time. And I understand that sometimes it's very tough, it's difficult, it's painful, you don't know what to say, but you cannot be proud. And you cannot even go and fight with that person. Cannot be just, anything that comes to your head, you cannot be saying them like that. If you do that, it will be very difficult. Because when you owe, or somebody's money is with you, you have to have emotional stability. Because if you get angry, even if you want to repay the money, you may repay the money immaturely. So that after you are done paying, you have nothing to fight on or to fight with. So you have to keep the relationship and give the person update. Because if you don't do that, you will struggle in life. So when that's something. So you are not, and the other thing is you're not truthful with money. If you're not truthful with money, you will struggle with money. That's something I've noticed about people who are very much honest with money. Even if they have difficulties, there's always somebody who will come in to help them. But those who continually, who continue to lie, trick, change figures, every now and then they have problem. It does not matter the volumes. It could be 100 Ghana, or it could be 200,000 Ghana, or it could be 10 million Ghana cedis. It really does not matter. The moment you are that trickish, funny with money, you will continually have problem with money. You can have 10 houses, 20 cars. It really does not matter, because the foundation is your character. Life, you are nothing but your character. So when you are changing figures, are lying, and a time will come, something will hit you. And the only thing that will save you will be your character. So if you look at people who are very much straightforward with themselves and with their word, and whose word mean a lot to them. If they say they're going to pay you, they keep their word. If they have problem, whatever they say, if it's A, it's A, B is B. Watch those people. They hardly struggle with money. The other ones who are always changing their statement every now and then, no matter how they will tell you they are doing well, they are not doing well. You come back 2 weeks, they are still struggling. Why? Because there's something wrong with their character. They're not truthful. They're not honest. They're not straightforward. So you have to hold yourself accountable to your word if you want to overcome financial difficulties. You have to. You owe somebody, own up to that. You promise somebody payback. That is how you continue to have flow, especially in our economy where we don't have a lot of leverage on bank loans and all that. People will be the ones who will help you. And so if somebody helps you and you are not truthful to your word, you have problem with money. Your business can be doing so well today, and tomorrow you start to have so many complexities because you are one kind of correct. So if you continue to do that, you struggle with money. In that way, you may have to keep on lying, cheating to get money. But the time will come that one, you'll be caught. But if you're straightforward with it, people know that this is you. If the money is not yours, it's not yours. If it's yours, it's yours. If somebody gives you money to keep, you don't say that I've taken it. You do some transaction with somebody, you're truthful. They come to say that, change this. And so no, this is what I know. This is what we agree on. This is yours. This is mine. If he has to change, we have to discuss it. If you start to do that, you will see that your finances will start to take shape. All the difficulties that you thought that you could overcome, you overcome them. Even if now, if you have difficulties, maybe you are in debt, you owe a lot of people. You turn everywhere, you have problem. Your business is in serious shit. Sorry, serious difficulty. Shit. Yes, shit. Difficulty. You have difficulty. You everywhere is smelling. You have problem with money. Tomorrow, take your book, write yourself to say that I am going to be straightforward with everybody that I owe. Let them see that you're credible to deal with. Things will start to change. Things will start to change in no time. Because many times, the reason they continue to call you for their money is because they don't trust you. They know that you are not trustworthy. Many people, even if when they are calling for their money, it's not because they need the money, but they think that you don't want to pay. So if you can come out to say that, no, I just have genuine problems, but these are the plans that I've set, and I'm going to pay them, the pressure will come down. And you make effort to do that. You don't have to hide. You will see that the person who was worrying you was not unreasonable. It's because they thought that you were not that credible. So you are not truthful with money. So you can save yourself if people can trust you with money. And the other thing is that you have no financial structure. The goal is there, but the regiment, you have no financial structure. How much are you saving? How much are you eating? How much are you keeping? How much are you using to pay debt? How much do you send to church? How much do you give to people? How much are you sending back to the business? Do you have a structure like that? Percentages. Do you have anything like that? If you don't have that, then whatever comes, you just, well, you with the feeling that this kind of because when maybe you're doing betting, so you don't even know. They pay you 2,000 before you see it one night. 1,000 is in betting, hoping that things will change. Finance is not lotto. You don't change your finance by waiting for miracle or waiting for magic or by lotto. It's something that you plan gradually. It is a process. You're going to go through a lot of struggles, a lot of pains, but it's achievable if you have a structure. So the other one is that you hope that your finances will change because you're waiting for miracle magic, or you're waiting for God's power to change your finances for you. You are waiting for supernatural power to change your finances. You are responsible because the money that came to you, you took that part to buy kelewele. You change your shoe, you change your room, you change the things. You are responsible. You decided to buy the 10 shirts that you are wearing. You have 10 shoes in your room. You have financial difficulties, and each one of your shoes is costing 1,000 Ghana. Sell some of them because that was your decision. You have difficulties, and your phone is 3,000, 5,000, and you owe somebody 2,000 Ghana cedis, and they are calling you, and you are still keeping the 5,000 phone. No, you're not intelligent. Sell that phone and go and pay the debt. As a matter of fact, I was telling some girls the other time when I was training them. I said that if your 1 month salary, if your phone is more than 1 month salary that you have problem. Let's say my phone is 1,000 Ghana cedis, but I'm paid 800 every month. I don't have financial discipline. Because that is 10% of the total money that you receive every year. And they said that, how about somebody gave you that phone? I said, if that person gave you the phone that is costing 5,000, go and sell it. Tell the person, this one, I can't keep this. Even if the screen crashes, I can't replace it. So I will go and sell it and buy the one that is less than my month's salary. You want to overcome financial difficulties? It is not that much simple. You have to have discipline. You have to have discipline. One of the reasons why you have financial difficulties all the time is because you lack discipline. You lack financial discipline. You lack financial discipline. You have no regiment. You feel no kobebia. You're very emotional. You want people to know that you also have money. So you change the car, you change the house, you change the phone, you change the clothes. You want to have another wedding anniversary and you're still struggling. You have no retirement plan. You're struggling to pay children's school fees, but you're planning to have another wedding this anniversary. You want to go to Kepinski for breakfast all the time, and your country is in trouble with your finances. You have trouble because you lack financial discipline. So once you start to, be disciplined with your finances, you see that things will start to change. One of the areas that will signal you that you have problems with your finances easily. In any country that they start to have financial difficulties, it means that the financial difficulty is actually a proof that a lot of things are not being done rightly. A lot of things are not being, it's just like pain. When you have pain, the pain is not the problem. It's a signal that something is wrong. There's something, because that is the fruit of what is wrong. Is a symptoms. Many people just focus on the symptoms. The financial problems, the financial difficulties, the challenges, they prove that there is something which is wrong. There's something that we are not doing rightly. That is why we have these difficulties. The moment you attack the root cause of it, you will start to see different things. Different things. And the other thing is that when you borrow without thinking. You don't even care about the interest rate. These people come, they say that, madam, get 1,000 every week, my say. Before you calculate, you see, by the time you calculate it, you're paying about 15% every month. But because you thought you needed money, you will not sit down to calculate. So every money that you pick from anybody, calculate, do the math. If it's more than 10% a month, if it's more than 5% a month, in Ghana, you are going to have trouble. Before you took that loan, before you didn't owe anybody. Before those companies came to you, you didn't have any problem. And now they came to you. They told you that, we can help you to expand your business. Without thinking twice, you took that loan. without checking the calculation. Any loan that you're paying more than 5% a month, you're going to have trouble. Very much. Because that is 60% a year. It may be that little, but before you see it, it's exploded. And you don't know what to do. You will not know what to do. Why? Because any loan you're paying, they give you 1,000, you're paying 600 a year. Because you're paying 5%. They give you 10,000, you're paying 6,000. It's dangerous because you're going to trade, and out of the profit, you will pay their money. Because they will take their money back and they will pay you, they will take their interest as well. So anytime that somebody comes to you, and I said, checking ye, and who say, I deal with me to my enemy in ye. Because many people, the skill set to handle that level of interest is not there. The discipline to handle that level of interest. You will say, bring your land, bring your house, bring your car. And many in financial institutions, they rely, what is the English word? They prey on our ignorance. They know that you don't know much about money. They know that you don't understand the money that you're taking. They know that that thing will backfire. They will come for that house. They will come for that loan and that land. They will come for that car. They know. They know. They just not tell, they will not tell you, but they know that this guy, this level here, they have assessed you. They know that you're going to crash. And they know that cocoa farm or the man, cocoa farm, they know it. So anytime that you're taking money from anybody, do the maths. Do the maths. Pay attention to the interest. Pay attention to the repayment structure that they give you. Many of the banks, if you don't meet the date, they do some calculation that you have no idea. When you go, they will take, especially when you miss the tax. They will bring insurance, this, before you see it, because they want to bond you. You think that they are happy you paying off? No. Many of them, they are not happy. They are not happy of you paying off. So there is a way for them to extort. And they prey, on our ignorance. They know it. It's a drag. And if anybody wants to put you in bondage and difficulties, they come with debt, especially consumer debt or high interest debt. You don't need why are you changing the TV in your room with loan? Why? Why are you changing the TV in your room with loan? Why are you changing that TV that is not bringing you any money with loan? You will never overcome financial difficulties. You will always have financial difficulties because you are not paying attention. You are not paying attention. You are being foolish. It's very difficult for us to say it, but that is it. Very difficult because you want to buy tape. Where you fabric or store we no akwaje fan, akwaje air condition, waje computer, waje camera, waje phone on loan. Okay, the time will come. You see that everywhere you turn. And the moment you start to have a lot of financial difficulties, you start to lose your clarity in thinking. The clarity that you have in thinking, you start to lose it. A lot of debt will actually put some kind of mental stress. Because every time you see their call, you shake. Every time you go, you see them, you're shaking. When you owe people, the way they talk is different. Even sometimes when the boys want to buy the books, before they send you the money, they're very much kind. The other day, this boy will just send the money. He said, so when am I getting my book? You just send the money in 1 minute. So when he even paying for the book or have the book, but the moment he sends the money, that his language has changed. How much more if I went for his money to do business or I went for loan? Is different. People. So pay attention. If you owe them, they will give you pressure. They'll give you pressure, and it's all over. So if you want a lot of stability in thought when you're taking loan, pay attention. Loan actually is a mechanism, especially single digit, 1%, 2% a year kind of loan is a tool to build wealth. We appreciate that. We understand that. But the one that you're using for wedding, the one that you're using for, things that will not bring you money, that one you have to pay attention because that is how many people continue to have difficulties with their finances. And once you have difficulties with your finances, life becomes bitter. You become frustrated, you become unhappy. The problem is not the debt. The problem is the reason you started to have the difficulties. So the moment you start to think well, you will change that. So my name is OBENG DARKO. Thank you very much for joining us today. Share the channel so that people will have access to this. Financial freedom is one of the best liberation that you can have. I know what we are teaching will bring a lot of healing to people. We know that because once you start to have control over your finances, you start to even have different health. Your health will improve, your confidence will improve, your family life will improve, your children will become happy. You will live long, because once you have control over your finances, a lot of things will start to fall in good, places. And many times our difficulties, are man-made. They are not demonic. How are you going to have money when your financial data is that wrong? So when you're waiting for magic, when you're waiting for miracle to change for your finances, when you're waiting for loan, when you're waiting for lotto, you have problem. You have problem. So once you start to change that, you start to have your finances in good shape. Your finances in good shape. The other one is you think that one day things will change. One day you think that you're just hoping that one day things will change. No, don't hope. If that one day works, no problem. But 99% of the time, don't just hope that one day, because that one day is today. And then, so that tomorrow will change because of the decisions you're making today. For many of us, very few people will just get up tomorrow and everything will change. Everything has changed because they did nothing. For many of us, okay, this year, how many people have given you free money? You're just walking on the street, Daniel, take this money. It is not happening to me. People don't just give free money like that. You have to do something for people to give you money. So when you're hoping that one day things will change, it means that you are deceived. You have to do something. You have to take decision today. You have to become responsible today. Then the thing will change. So your finances is not going to change like that. You have to take both decisions to say that I have to turn this thing around. From 0 to 10 years, it's likely that your parents are the ones taking care of you. From 10 to 20, you're still a teenager, you're going to school, you may not have a lot of income if your parents are still alive. But from 20 to 30, you start to have, you start to raise family, you start to get a job or a business. You have to think from there going. And from 30 to 40, you must have grip. And from 40 to 50, you should know that you are really in control over your finances. You really must have control over your finances, because if you lose there, you will lose a lot in life. So my name is OBENG DARKO. Today we are talking about finances. Sikasem. So if your finances are not good, if you made mistakes, you can correct them. So long as you're breathing, so long as you're alive, you can correct them. Many of the mistakes will come from the fact that you were not disciplined, you were ignorant with your finances, you didn't have a structure, you didn't have a plan, you were not educating yourself, you were sloppy, you were lousy, you were not paying attention, you were shallow, you're not present. That's why things happen the way they happen. The moment you start to take hold, things will start to change. That's how it is. If you start to say that I'm going to change my finances, things will start to change. You want to do. And the other thing is that maybe you don't work extra, you don't work hard. You have to do it. When people are sleeping, you're still working, because it's not going to kill you, especially when you have energy. You are from 20 to 40 years, from 20 to 40 to 50 to 60, you are very young. That is the time to work. That is not time to joke. That is not the time to and many people, one of the other reasons that they have financial difficulties, that where they spend their time, they spend a lot of their time on unproductive things that are not productive. So you can look at the whole day. Where did you spend your time? Did you have any economic value? Did you gain anything? Did somebody pay you anything? So many times where you are spending your time, your energy, your resources, they prove that you're going to continue to have financial difficulties, or you're going to control, the difficulties that you are going to have very much freedom with your finances. There is a place that I live. Whenever I'm going to town, these guys are there under the tree playing dummy. You know, so they'll continue to have financial difficulties because you cannot play dummy from morning to evening. You know, when others are going to the market, when others are doing serious things to change their finances, you are there playing. Games, football, and the more you watch football, you are wasting a lot of your time. So, you know, the other thing is that many of our people, even if it's hard, many of our people have become poor because they spend a lot of things, a lot of time, a lot of resources on their religious activities, whether Islamic or the other ones. You know, so many people have become poor because of that as well. They struggle with their finances all the time because their time, everything is spent on their religious beliefs. So they have no structure to control their finances. So they think that one day things will change. So my name is OBENG DARKO. Today we are talking about why you continue to have financial difficulties. You know, why you continue to struggle financially, even though you start to see money. You know, so we'll go over them. We'll go over the points, and you know. But if you have no source of income, then your case is different. You must have source of income. I didn't say that you must have a job. You must have source of income. You may not be employed, but you do things that people pay you. You know, if you go see the Goro boys, they are working. They have source of income. You go to the construction and somebody is carrying block. They have source of income. Maybe you are using internet. Maybe you have your Instagram. You can sell things to people. You know, I don't know why you have WhatsApp. You have Facebook, you have Instagram, you have TikTok, and you're not selling anything. I don't get it. I don't understand it. You're not selling anything there. And all that your friends will send you is they send you and we are changing a tide with the new forever. And you're still struggling financially? No, let people know that you are selling something. Put the picture of the nkrumah that you know, put something there. Put shoe, put tomato, put ginger. Tell people that you can help them to source this product from somewhere. Let people know what they can buy from you. And never be shy of it. Don't mind them. Just continue to push yourself. Because the thing is that if you have, let's say, 100 people, just target 1%. So you have one people, or you put it there, at least one person will inquire about what you're selling. You know, there are a lot of other platforms that people make money online. Ask somebody about it. Legitimate one. They are not stealing. Ask somebody. You have expertise. Some people just want, maybe you are a graphic designer. There are pages, there are platforms that you can even just put pictures there and they pay you. Somebody you know how to edit video. Ask them. Go to YouTube. Ask yourself, how can I get paid here? How can I get paid on the internet? What is it that my expertise? Maybe you're a professor. You teach chemistry. Can you put camera there and teach chemistry and load them on YouTube? Or get other platforms that they teach chemistry and people will pay them? What is it? Can you broadcast that you can teach people via Zoom? You know, you can teach classes. People will pay you. There's no way that you can say that I have no other access. No. There are so many things that you can do that people will pay you. And they'll be glad they pay you, actually. Because you give them data, you give them information, you equip them. You know, so what can you do? What is it that you can do? None of us, every one of us can do something to improve the income. Every one of us. There's no excuse. Don't tell me that, you know, Ghana is very difficult. I want visa to go to Canada, to America. Okay, no problem. But once you still don't have the visa, listen to this. Listen to this, because some people are there, they're still struggling financially. That is what you don't know. You know, so why you continue to struggle is because your financial data is weak, your financial education is weak, you have no financial goals, you know, and you trust people, you trust the wrong people, you so trust, you know, you're so trusting. So you just now this kind of man. And many times you're also not truthful with money. You lie, you cheat, you trick people. If you do that, you will find it difficult to do well financially. Even if it seems like you're doing well, you fall. You fall. You know, and then you have software, you know, you're very emotional. You know, a year I'll be trying to my phone. We show you feel lipstick here for big grass say. Obezo sikara or the cotton as and so to for you and somebody I saw somebody talk like that. If the money is not enough, who are inside. If your debt today is not over, you have people who will leave. So you have to think beyond yourself. Your children will be there, your parents, if somebody who you leave. If it happens that you die tomorrow, it does not mean that you're gone. You're leaving some people here. Your grandchildren, are they going to suffer because you came? Or they are going to do it because you came? So think, not only of your interest, but think of those that you're leaving behind and make intelligent decisions and choices. Don't just chop the money that you're making. Every day you fry rice and one always you continue to have financial difficulties because you are wasteful. You are always having party. But you're going up a party. You have no financial structure. You have no financial structure. And when you are borrowing, you don't pay attention to anything. You just borrow. You are made to don't worry. I'll just come and pay. You are not looking at the numbers. What are you even borrowing for? We don't know. Every day you are borrowing for something. 3 weeks down the line, if you're at the office and every time you're borrowing money against your salary, you are very much financially indisciplined. You have to change that. You have to change that. Every suit that comes there, you are the one changing it. You are changing your shoe first. I will be always about life because you're indisciplined. You are using the money to buy clothes all the time, and you're not making enough. And you're not making enough. And you also think that things will change anyhow. You think that things will just change anyhow, by all means, supernaturally, things will change. You will continue to struggle. You're waiting for miracles. You have no financial discipline. You have no financial, and you have no cash flow as well. And which means that all the things that we have talked about, if you start to do the opposite, your difficulties will go away. And you have low income or insufficient source of income. I thank you very much for taking your time to watch this. Finances is key. There are 2 things or 3 things I think people should overcome. You have to have proper financial information. You have to have proper information as an African, so that you'll be proud and positive one. And you have to have which other one? There are other things that you can add, but at least these 2 are very key to me. If you're able to understand finances and take care of